the meantime, keeping an eye on Apple, though down a little bit today. The big search for that $1 trillion quest to get up to the most valued company on the planet. The Tech Watch extraordinaire Gene Munster on this. I always notice when you get close to something like that, it's in fits and starts. I just think it's a matter of when, not if. But what about you?
Yeah, it's a matter of when. I think when is probably sooner versus later. And just want to put some context on that. What the near-term catalyst is, Neil, is that investors typically, historically, have thought about the Apple Store related to product cycles. They get really excited going into a product cycle. Apple's multiple expands, the stock goes up, and then right after a product comes out, they get really anxious and nervous about what the demand's going to be, and the stock kind of pulls back a little bit. That's the history, but I think that that's probably going to work well to approach and break this $1 trillion mark, because there's probably 3 new iPhones coming out this September, and the stock will move up in anticipation. So to answer your question, I think that's more near-term versus long-term, but I do want to mention that this story is going to move beyond this idea of always having anxiety around product cycles, and we think there's a new paradigm around how investors are going to think about the story, and we think about it as Apple as a service. But more if you're interested, but that's our big picture.
You know, I think you're right to look at something. One thing I notice is that they make a lot of money on those services, on all their apps that automatically renew if you're not policing it aggressively enough, and of course on iTunes. So people forget about that part of their business. But at what level would the stock have to hit to officially be at the $1 trillion cap level?
It's $196, so we're about 4% away from that.
Yeah, we've seen that done in a day sometimes, so I guess it would depend on that. But what kind of a leader would Apple be? In other words, does an Alphabet follow? Does some of these other issues that have been, part of this whole FANG group follow in unison?
I think some of the issues that it's the other FANG stocks, in particular Facebook, and probably what eventually are going to hit Google around privacy and data and that piece. Apple is kind of uniquely positioned because they really stay away from that. But this new paradigm shift around Apple as a service, this isn't just the services business. This is even owning the hardware as a service, is this idea that we're just going to keep upgrading our phones every few years. But that is a very unique opportunity relative to the other FANG stocks. And so, in other words, I think that the issues that have hit the other FANG stocks, Apple seems somewhat insulated to those issues. You know
what this reminds me, though, Gene? I know a lot of people are talking about new things it's getting into, like streaming, subscriptions and all the rest for Apple TV. But what if what happened to traditional PCs happened to Apple phones? In other words, the constant upgrading we did. I'm old enough to remember going from, a 386 to a 486 machine, a big deal when they stopped referring to that and they called the next one a Pentium and all that. And people just say, enough. I don't need to keep upgrading like this. We haven't hit that point, I know, in these smartphones. But to some we have. But what do you think of that?
That's the negative story on Apple. 65% of their business comes from the iPhone, and we're reaching to a point of saturation on the smartphone market. The features are becoming incrementally less exciting, so people are going to hold on to their phones longer. So that's the bear case. I don't buy that case, and the reason is that the value that you get out of your phone is exponentially, and a PC was nice and important and you had to do work on it. It wasn't as critical as your phone is today. This is something that most of people on Earth can't live without. And so I think that unique, Tim Cook defined it as the greatest consumer electronic product of all time, and I think it is. And so I believe that there is still a lot of innovation also ahead around the phone, in particular around what's going to happen in augmented reality, the ability to use your phone to kind of capture more of what's going on around you. And so I think that there's room for innovation, continue to pull people forward. And if that doesn't happen, too bad. People still need to upgrade their phones every few years just for the battery life alone to keep that fresh.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, even getting into the whole battery issue. Gene, very good seeing you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Neil.